it's Rana, and I have a video I am re-releasing today because this layout was chosen by Melissa as our Scraplift challenge for the month of November. So most of this is original recorded audio, and
I
I'll let you
am
listen along.
using the Ginger Snap collection, and I'm going to document this sweet photo of my beautiful daughter with her baby. And this was taken obviously when Addie was still just very tiny. They had a trip to the zoo, and she was all cozy in the little Moby wrap. I used this Moby wrap and gave it to my daughter because I loved it so much. I used it when I was watching my grandson, but also had a tiny little foster baby that was with us, and it was a lifesaver. Just being able to have that baby close and still have your hands free to deal with a toddler. So it worked out well for their little trip to the zoo. So what I'm doing with this pretty paper is going to be kind of going along with the feel of the Moby wrap. So I decided, and you saw the picture, the end result at the beginning here, which I haven't been doing, so let me know in the comments if you like it better with the photo or without. I had a comment from someone a while back who said that she really didn't like seeing the photos at the beginning because she wanted a surprise at the end. And so just let me know your feedback on that. I'd love to hear. So anyway, I cut all of this up, and I'm distressing the edges, and I don't leave all of this on, but I'm kind of thinking that my design is going to have the feel of that Moby wrap, and I went with a title of Wrapped in Love, and all because, I'm taking those cues from my photo. Not that this design wouldn't work for other photos. Who can resist a good diagonal layout, right? But that is why I went ahead and cut this paper up. Now, of course, I'm going to do some stitching here, and I did cut this up, and the paper was already at a diagonal, but I wanted it all touching and close over on this edge so that I could put my photo kind of nestled into these diagonal strips. So I'm trying to figure out my placement, and you can see there it took a little fussing around. That one wasn't going to work where it was, but it worked fine once I had it tucked into the yellow. The only thing with tucking it in, I kind of lose some of the stitching that's on each edge of this paper. But when I do my hand stitching, you're not going to really even notice it. So it worked out fine for that one piece to be overlapped. And looking at the end layout now, you can't even really notice that it was not the full sheet or the full piece of that strip. So I like how it turned out. So I did, those strips on that side, all on the left side, and that's going to be my main diagonal focus. And then I wanted to have this other side with those little pieces as well. And I thought that, worked perfect for how that Moby wrap works. Again, this design would work with other photos as well, but I was just kind of going with the feeling of that photo. So I'm getting them all stuck down, and I used a little bit of adhesive right in the center because I'm going to do a zigzag stitch on the edges. So it's easier if there's not a lot of adhesive where your needle's going back and forth through. If you have a lot of adhesive where your needle's going through, it tends to get stuck on the thread as you're pulling it through, and it'll cause it to tangle and get kind of gummed up and things. The needle's easy to wipe off, but once you have all that on your thread and it keeps passing through back and forth, then it does cause, a little bit more problems with your hand stitching. So I go ahead and kind of curl up the edges. I don't really know why I'm doing that because I'm like I said, going to hand stitch it anyway, and I'm going to do a zigzag, and I already know at this point that I'm going to do that, but I think that's just what I always do, so that's why I was doing it. So here I'm going to show you kind of um, how to do a zigzag stitch, but I'm going to do it with this pen and paper, and I was kind of doing it for my benefit also because I wanted to make sure that the zigzag was going to look good on a diagonal. So I have done zigzag stitches before on my layouts, but I don't know if I've done it on a diagonal like this. And so I thought, well, if I draw this out, that'll give me some idea of what it's going to look like on the layout. So the middle line represents where the two pieces come together, and then I drew a little line on each side, which you could totally, do a pencil line on yours if you don't have, mine actually has the stitching, the little faux stitching that's printed on the paper. So I didn't need to draw that line on my actual layout, but the little dots that I did represent the holes that I poked, and then this line that I'm doing here represents the thread as it's going through, and you can see that it does look great even on a diagonal. So I like how that looks, and that's what I'm going to do. You could see that when I was doing my dots, they are parallel all the way down, and you wouldn't think that that's how you would do a zigzag with the dots being parallel like that, but on this diagonal it worked perfectly. So I chose this paper, and I'm going to cut out, and I'm kind of trying to choose pieces of this that some are dark, some are light, and the colors are represented in my diagonal stripes that I'm sewing down to the base. And I'm going to use this for my mat. So I'm kind of going through and picking and choosing which ones are going to work for my mat. I had another idea to use this paper, and I still might go ahead and do it with what I have left, and then maybe also, and here you can see all of it just kind of tucked and pieced in there. I think I'm going to show you the back, how you can kind of see how each one was just those little strips overlapping, and I really like how it turned out. And this is the end result of my stitching. But I was saying that another idea for that paper was kind of like having a bunch of strips and then bending them over and then filling them into a shape. I did that in a little Paige Evans class several years ago, and I love that look, and I haven't done that in a long time. So I was thinking that that paper would be perfect to do that. But with the few that I have left and some of the 6x9 pieces that I have, I may try and do that because, any paper can be cut into little strips, right? I just thought that was fun that you get so many different ones on that one sheet of paper that it would be a really good one to do that with. So I may try that again. I went ahead off screen and pulled out a few embellishments, and I'm going to, like I said before, just go straight down this diagonal line. And I really like how that looks. I like embellishing on an angle anyway, and I particularly like how it looked on this layout. So there's the love title, and then the sticker letters that I have. Those are not from Ginger Snap. Those are actually from, I believe, Good Vibrations. It could have been, I bought some of the sticker letters from Good Vibrations and some from the release that came right after that, which was the book one, and I'm not thinking of the name right this second. I don't have it right beside me. But I think this one was from Good Vibrations. When I was peeling the stickers off of the little piece of plastic that I had them on, they didn't come off real good, so I tried to do it with my fingernails, and when I did that, it kind of put little creases in them. So you're going to see in a minute, I'm going to go ahead and overlap every single letter. So I wasted some of my letters, and I just hate that because I really like these. I like this color. But I'll just have to order another package. But I do like how they look overlapped. I was just trying to initially just cover up the mistake that I made when I kind of bent the edges up. But it gave just a little bit, made them a little bit thicker. I mean, I know it's just one more sheet of paper, but it just made them that little bit thicker, and I really liked how that looked. So you saw me put my photo down with no foam tape behind it, which is so unusual for me. But I'm also using this super thin foam tape. And here I've tried to show you, but this is sped up, so you probably couldn't see it unless you can see really fast that I'm adding these others over it. But I'm using the foam tape that is the super thin one, and I'm really kind of obsessed with that really super thin foam tape right now. I generally use it and then use a little bit thicker on the same layout. But on this one, I only use the very thin one. There are lots of layers of paper, and so that's giving me a lot of texture. And with the added texture of all that stitching, I just didn't feel like I needed a lot of elements, popped up real high. So that real thin foam tape was working perfect for this layout. So I'm going to pop up the edges of my butterflies and then use my regular adhesive just right in the middle of each. So the middle of the butterfly is flat to the page, and then the wings are, like they're in flight. They're just popped up a little, so it looks more like they're fluttering their wings. And then for my flowers, the stems are down flat to the page, but the flower itself is popped up just on that real thin tape. But since I do have 3 flowers all kind of touching each other, the top one is a little bit higher than the other 2, I'm sure that makes sense because it's popped up on top of something else that's popped up, so it makes it a little bit taller. My little banner piece says warm and cozy, and I didn't think that there could have been a more perfect little banner piece than the feel of this photo here. And then I have a couple of little hearts that I'm doing as well. There's the warm and cozy popped up, and deciding on those butterflies. I didn't want to have a lot of things overlapping the photo itself. The one edge being tucked in to the paper and then having a little bit overlapping that. I thought that added to the feel of this layout and the whole wrapped in love theme I have going here. So adding the foam tape and the regular adhesive. Because I have this, so much of the stitching, I'm going to take the darker burgundy color and add a little bow. And I'm still not sold on whether I love that bow or not. So if you have an opinion, I got some great feedback on a different video that you all answered a question for me. So I want to know what you think on this one as well. I add this little red bow or burgundy bow over the love, and I'm not sure I love it. I don't know if it makes the word love harder to read or it breaks it up in some way that it's not as nice. I like having thread in more than one place, and I've done, like an ascender or descender with a bow on it before, but I don't think I've ever done it with it right in the middle of the letter like this. So let me know what you think. If you like that bow, and I should leave it, but if you don't like it, I may take it off. It'll be easy to take off because it's not stuck down in any way. It's just, tied, so I can simply untie it and take it off. I am adding 3 little X's over here. So I'm poking 8 holes, and then I'm going to make my little X's. You can also kind of see, and I think I'll show you again here in a minute when I finish the X's, what the stitching looks like on the back when you do a zigzag. And it's really easy to do a zigzag stitch like I showed you at the beginning with the holes. I think the poking the holes is the hardest part, honestly, um, because you want to get evenly spaced and then also, nice and straight across.
Thank you so much for joining me today on this re-release. I hope you will come over to the Pretty Little Studio Facebook fans group and join in the Scraplift challenge. I think it's a lot of fun, and we love seeing how everyone incorporates um, the original piece, which is this layout here, on their own layout. I hope that the stitching tutorial was helpful to you. I had someone ask recently about that, and I saw this today, and I thought, well, this would be a good one to re-release. If you have not yet subscribed, I would love to have you. Please do so. Um, you can also hit the notification bell, and then you'll know when I add any other videos. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here, and I will see you again very soon. Bye bye.